Okay, it's fitting to put these two stories together, right? Former Oiler, current Oiler, two stories that have garnered a lot of buzz and that are kind of cut from the same cloth. Today we're talking about the St. Louis Blues, and we're talking about Edmonton. Because, for the Oilers heading into today's game against the Vegas Golden Knights, we have ourselves a shocking, miraculous recovery. And for the St. Louis Blues, we have ourselves the incredible comeback story of a guy who, last night, was the main subject of the hockey world. Let's actually talk about the Edmonton story first, because this is, it involves a game that's going to happen today. Take a look at this. Connor McDavid's back. McDavid is playing tonight for Edmonton against Vegas. And this is absolutely ridiculous because when you take a look at the actual tail of the tape here, here's another tweet from Elliotte Friedman from literally a week ago. Good news, as thankfully the worst case scenario is averted for Connor McDavid. We are looking at least a couple of weeks, but the exact timeline is to be determined. Connor McDavid was supposed to be out for a minimum of 2 weeks, at least a couple of weeks. But instead, he only returns 7 days after his injury. And if you had missed it, the injury was against the Columbus Blue Jackets 30-something seconds into the game. McDavid ended up falling along the boards, he kind of got tangled up a little bit, and he left. That's it. Like, no big bad cross-check or anything, he just kind of fell. Ivan Provorov was there, but it was a McDavid fall that caused this entire thing in the first place. And we were saying, okay, it's going to be 2 to 3 weeks maybe. Connor McDavid is going to be out, and the Oilers are going to have to find a way to try and survive without him. But now he's back against Vegas. I guess he really just wants to play off against Jack Eichel. Now, this might not be all too surprising, because when you think about some of the other stuff we had seen 2 days ago, there was a post of Tom Gazzola on Twitter, a live look at Connor McDavid skating as his injured ankle continues to heal, and it is a video of McDavid going out there and coming in, taking a shot. McDavid spoke after the following skate. He said his ankle is feeling pretty good after testing it again this morning. He did not rule out playing by the weekend, and he added that he and the medical staff are taking things day by day. And so with this also on our crosshairs, it seems like McDavid's recovery ended up coming really quickly compared to what we believed was possible. To go from 2-3 weeks-ish as a timeline return to only needing 1 week in order to get back up to speed, that is disgusting for the Vegas Golden Knights, because now they're going to have to play off against Connor McDavid. The thing is, I hope that the Oilers and McDavid are not rushing things. They're not saying, okay, Connor, we need you. Like, we're losing games, we're getting shut out, we're not finding ways to get results. We need you to come back, so please come back. It's not like that's the case here, or at least I hope that's not the case. Because I trust that if Connor McDavid feels like he's okay, he's probably okay, right? I mean, his game is so dynamic and it's so easy to discern that if he is off by a little bit, I think it would be pretty easy to figure out just by watching. If he's missing a little bit of a step, if he doesn't look as quick, if he doesn't look as flashy, then okay, we can probably tell if Connor McDavid is not up to 100%. And I don't know if I necessarily expect him to be 100%, but maybe like 90%, 95% if he's up there, then I think that's a lot more reasonable. If McDavid is like fully good, and he ends up dangling the pants off of the Golden Knights and dipsy-doodling around everybody, scoring 3 highlight reel goals and then setting up a Draisaitl one-timer, then okay, I have no idea where that 2 to 3 weeks something idea came from. McDavid's body might just be superhuman in that respect, which, to be fair, most hockey-playing athletes' bodies are. I always remember the Ryan Getzlaf thing from a few years ago. He got appendicitis, he got his appendix removed, and just a few days later he was playing again, which is ridiculous to anybody who knows anybody who has had appendicitis and who has had their appendix removed. Like, for most normal people, I feel like it takes about a week or so to start walking again at a normal pace. Ryan Getzlaf was playing hockey within that time frame. But anyways, for Connor McDavid, whether it's the appendix or the ankle, it seems like he's doing a pretty alright job in recovering, and we'll see him later tonight against Jack Eichel and the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, sticking with players that Oilers fans are going to care about, let's talk about Dylan Holloway, because yesterday we had ourselves a really terrifying situation in the Blues and Lightning game where Dylan Holloway ended up blocking a shot with his neck. It was kind of a ridiculous play too. Nick Paul is like near the blue line and he takes a shot. It goes really high and it ends up clocking Holloway right there on the right side of his neck. You can't really see the puck well because the shot is a still image here, but he ends up getting hit with the puck. He skates around for a little bit. He doesn't go down immediately, but after a longer shift, where he kind of moves around, he shakes off the hit a little bit, and then you can see him kind of wincing in pain. He gets over to the bench, the trainers are helping him, and then he collapses. So this was a very scary moment. He ended up leaving the building on a stretcher and in an ambulance, going to the hospital. So Dylan Holloway had everybody freaked out yesterday because of the ambiguity of a hit like this, where, oh, he blocks the shot, he looks fine, he's skating around, and then minutes later, that's when he's down and out. And we were all hoping for the best, of course. Last night was kind of a little bit scary for hockey fans who were paying attention to the situation, totally just because of that, not because of anything else going on in the world right now that people were kind of scared on social media. But Dylan Holloway, we had some updates about him throughout the night saying, okay, we are hearing that he's okay, we're hearing that there is actually good progress with the injury, and then earlier this morning, we had ourselves Holloway speaking to the media. This was amazing to see out of a young guy who is still finding his way in St. Louis. Here's the article on ProHockeyRumors.com that goes out there and describes what happened. While Holloway did not skate today, he has been discharged from the hospital and told reporters he intends to play against Utah tomorrow. He relayed that doctors barred him from activity for 24 hours after the injury, but made no determination of his status past that. Holloway added that the puck struck him in the vagus nerve, a key part of the parasympathetic nervous system, which caused him to become lightheaded. And look, I am no doctor, nor am I going to pretend to be, but just hearing that it struck a nerve with him, and it seems like after 24 hours it's going to recover and that there's not really going to be any long-term damage here. That's why he got lightheaded, not because the puck hit him in some dangerous, super bad spot. Like, sometimes you pinch a nerve. That's it. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you have to wait a little bit, maybe a day or something, for everything to fully feel okay again. It's just so scary because a hockey puck is a hockey puck. This vulcanized rubber, especially when it's shot by a big dude like Nick Paul, for example, it can be really quick, and that amount of mass at that amount of velocity striking you in a certain way can definitely cause some very bad internal injuries. So for Dylan Holloway, it doesn't seem like it was an injury, quote-unquote. Seems like it was just a nerve, at least from the description that we are reading here. Obviously, we want to see if anything happens later on, but if he's up and away playing against Utah tomorrow, then that is ultimately the best case scenario here. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Firstly, about Connor McDavid's miraculous recovery. He's back a week before we thought he was going to be back. He's literally done his recovery period in half the amount of time that we thought it would take him. And Dylan Holloway seems like he's good too. I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about him and his recovery. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.